Welcome or welcome back. Today I am answering the question, do you have free will when it comes to the law of assumption? This is a question that comes up quite a lot and I am going to answer it in this video, so stick around. For those of you who do not know me, I am Hedley Dorenzi. I am a qualified life coach and author. I'm also super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the assumptions, which are really just stories, that we tell that create our life. So if you want to change your life, then you need to know how to change the stories. And if you would like to create the most amazing life, which I'm assuming you do, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that is where the law of assumption can help. And that is why I am here. I am telling myself better stories and I want to help you to do the same. So if you would like further support with this, I am available for one-to-one coaching, and I also have a 21-day set yourself up with the ultimate self-concept story, which is the story that you're telling about yourself. You can get all of those details below, and if you just want to stay connected, I'm also on Instagram and those details are below as well. Okay, let's get into it. So today I wanted to answer the question of whether or not you have free will and whether other people have free will in your reality. This is a question that gets asked a lot when it comes to the law of assumption, because especially with the law of attraction teachings, it can be very confusing because in law of attraction, people don't have free will in your reality. And then there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to law of assumptions. It's kind of a two-folded question or a two-sided question. Firstly, when it comes to free will, on one level, no. You do not have free will and no one has free will. And what I mean by that is you are the God of your reality, whether you know it or not, whether you consciously use that power or not. Nothing can change the fact that you are the God of your reality. So in that sense, you do not have free will. We do not have free will whether we're gods of our reality or not. That is a given that we are. There is nothing that we can do to change that. And I'll explain a bit further. If you don't believe that you're the God of your reality and you believe that reality is happening to you and you're a victim of circumstance, that will be your experience. That will be the reality that shows up. And because you've had that assumption, because you assume that you're a victim and reality is happening to you and you have no control over it, reality will organize itself to reflect that assumption back. You are still using the power of being the God of your reality to create that experience of being a victim of your reality. So you're still the God of your reality, you just don't know it. So in that sense, we do not have free will over whether or not we are the creators of our reality through consciousness. That's the given, that's part of the game. That's why we're here, to explore our godliness through this beautiful physical instrument that we've been gifted with. So that's one side of the coin. The other side is how we use this power of being the gods of our being the gods of our reality through consciousness. In that sense, we have absolutely total free will as to how we use our power. And using the same example, meaning you can use that power consciously as in terms of, yes, I'm the God of my reality, so I'm going to create states of consciousness that I want to experience, so I'm going to create consciously. Or you can create states of victimhood where reality is happening to you and you have experiences where you feel like you're out of control and you are not the cause of your reality and you're a victim to circumstance. So in that sense, we have complete free will as to how we use our godliness. So how we use our imagination is completely up to us. We can create whatever state of consciousness we want, and that will get reflected back in reality. On that side, we have total free will. Now, then it comes to the question of, do other people in our reality have free will? The way I come to it is that there's an infinite number of possibilities existing in the here and now, and the here and now is all that exists. So the past and the future are just concepts of consciousness. They exist in our consciousness. They're not real, which is why we can revise and recreate them in any moment. Everything is happening here and now, including all possible outcomes to every possible situation for every possible version of yourself and others. I know there's a lot to take in with that. But when it comes to your movie, everyone who is showing up in your movie is a reflection of you, and they have to show up according to the stories and the assumptions you're holding of them. So in that sense, they do not have free will in your reality. There's an infinite number of versions of every single person, and They're all playing out simultaneously. And what we're doing in consciousness is we are narrowing our focus. I like to say collapsing our attention onto the ideal possible outcome of what we want to experience. And then we're holding on to that, and then that gets outpictured and reflected back. So you can have a positive or a negative. Both possibilities are existing in the here and now, and we have free will over which one we're going to collapse our attention onto. And that's why the law of assumption is so powerful, because it's drawing us into collapsing our attention onto the ideal outcomes, keeping in mind that all possible outcomes exist simultaneously, and at any moment we can put our attention on outcomes that we don't want to experience. And if we're doing that, then reality is going to have to reflect it back, because that is the law. So part of this work is practicing focusing our attention on the outcomes and the stories that we want to experience, and then holding those in consciousness, knowing that consciousness is the one and only reality, and reality has to reflect it back. The question of whether or not we have free will, it's a yes and a no answer. No, we don't have free will over being the gods of our reality, and yes, we have complete free will over how we use that godliness, that godly power, because the power is our imagination. So how we engage our imagination is entirely up to us. We can imagine scenes of hell, or we can imagine scenes of heaven. That is entirely our choice. And those people who are in our reality, they don't have free will in our reality, because they have to conform the stories that we're holding of them. But then in their movie, we don't have free will, because that we have to conform to the stories that we're holding of us. So all existence and all possible outcomes and all versions of all people and all stories are happening at once. They're happening in the here and now, which is why we can't get our minds around it, because we can't possibly understand how this all works, how this multiverse operates. All we can do is be in our movie and assume the highest ideals for ourselves and everyone in our movie. That's what I just figured, that's the safest way to play this game. Like, if you assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, which is why I say that little poem at the end, like just do that, and you can pretty much be guaranteed an amazing experience while you're here on earth in this physical body. Because whatever you assume for others you're assuming for yourself, because everyone is you pushed out. And that's one of the founding principles of law of assumption. So you really want to be using your godly power well, which is the power of your imagination. That is God. God is imagination, and that exists for all of us, and how we use it is entirely up to us. We have complete free will over how we engage our imagination, and it is imagination that is the cause of reality. So you can use it for hell, you can use it for heaven, it's entirely up to you, but you have no choice over whether you're the god of your reality. You are the god of your reality, whether you know it or not, whether you use it consciously or not. There's nothing you can do to change that. But we all get there in our own time, so there's no judgment. It's taken me however long it's taken me. I would have loved to have got this when I actually read the book back when I was in my 20s. It just didn't land for me then. So we all come to this, and we all come to in our own time. And that's the other thing. We all get there. That's the other guarantee with this. We all awaken to ourselves as God in this game of life. That's the other guarantee with this. Regardless of what we are going through, the movie does end in awakening, because we are all gods, and we're here to figure that out for ourselves, and we all get there in our own time. So yes, we have free will, and no, we don't have free will. And that's basically the answer to that question. So I hope you found this video useful. Please remember, you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have the most phenomenal life. This is my wish for you. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and share with family and friends. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.